here we are on the edge of summer going into fall. You can actually already feel it a little bit here in South Florida, the weather changing a tiny bit. So instead of doing a fall fragrance list, I'm gonna do my top 5 fragrances for that transition, that period from summer to fall where it's still warm, not yet cold or chilly, and you need those fragrances that are good, versatile fragrances. I'm gonna give you 5 that I highly recommend. Stay tuned, coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to JoelTheNose here from Osme, and I'm always kind of looking around behind my shoulder sometimes to see if I'm getting photobombed by Maurice here. But today's video, as you saw from the outset, is about that transitional period that we're in right now from summer to fall. Some places already started to cool down. Here, we're even a few degrees or a little bit less humidity in South Florida. Feels like a reprieve from that oppressive heat. So I want to give you kind of 5 fragrances that I like to wear this time of year. First, and this is in no particular order, but I'll start out and just say number 5. This is Magma from Andrea Mack, the Scandinavian perfumer, artist. Love her bottles, love this concept, love her fragrances. This is kind of like a spicy eruption, and it is both kind of fun, and yet it also has a little bit of that, again, that kind of spicy, fun, almost element of a summer fragrance, but it has a deeper patchouli, tonka bean, rose, myrrh element that could lend towards those a little bit cooler nights. So I just like this fragrance. It's one that just, you put it on, it's energetic, it's fun, it's a little bit different, it's spicy, and just another great fragrance by her. So check that out if you haven't done it. It's one of her newer releases. This is, by the way, also an X straight. So it gives a little bit of that rich, more full texture. And it came out just last year, so it's one of the newer fragrances. Next, I'm gonna go, wow, I'm going really switching it up here in time periods. I'm going from 2022 to basically like 2002. And this is Champaka from Ormond Jane, one of her first fragrances that she released in her niche house. And this is one of those just truly classic. When you smell it, everyone likes it. Everyone seems to gravitate towards it. It doesn't necessarily get a lot of hype, maybe because it's been around for so long, 20 years longer than, say, Magma, but it is one of those fragrances that is just timeless. One of the, I think, elements or the notes that really sticks out for me is there's a note of like basmati rice here that mixes in the heart with that Champaka flower. Just, again, fresh, invigorating, but that rice element, that rice note is so unique. It just is totally different from most other fragrances I've smelled. It's one of those ones I always come back to, a stalwart in the collection, Champaka. All right, now, so we started out in kind of Scandinavia, then we went to London and England, and now we're gonna go to France, and we're gonna go to Magma, also one of my favorite niche houses. And this is Mudahar. Mudahar, one that I've worn for years, and again, you tend to overlook it sometimes, kind of like Champaka. It's so good, it's so consistent, it's so reliable, it's so likable that you just, it's easy to overlook among other fragrances. But this one really is the perfect late summer fragrance. It has that grapefruit note that, again, evokes summer and citrus and freshness, but it also kind of blends down into this nice green cassis and cedar heart with an incense oak moss leather base. So to me, this is like, it starts out like middle of summer, then it goes late summer, and then it goes into fall, all through the 3 levels transition stages of this fragrance. So this may epitomize this kind of transitional period the best of all the fragrances I'm talking about today. But it's, excuse me, still getting over the flu. This is really I think, an under the radar fragrance, even from the house, which is so well respected. You gotta check it out. Next, I'm gonna go to the house owned and founded by master perfumer Richard Herpen, Precious Liquid, and this is Blue Agave. Blue Agave is one that really just kind of came onto my radar the last couple years, and I think it is one of those really good, when I say transitional, this is like a transition from designer to niche fragrance. I think the people who really love designer fragrances would gravitate towards this. It's got this very fresh, likable, mass appealing smell. That blue agave, it's got sea salt that gives a little crispness, is how I would describe it. It's like crisp sea salt air, lime, sage, just fresh, getting some of those really good summer elements. Bay leaf has what's called a driftwood note. What I would say though is don't let this one fool you. It's when you first smell it, you may think, you know what, really nice fragrance, but may not last forever. This thing will last over 10 hours on your skin. It does it for me. Of course, check it out. Don't sleep on this one.
So hi guys, how are you? I just wanted to add that the original Blue Agave, when I spoke to Richard, he said that this one, which is the newer one,
okay,
is double the concentration.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the old one.
Okay, nice. So the old one came out about 5 years ago. So this is like a new update?
Exactly. So this one has double the oils.
Okay.
Double the strength. Equally as smooth. You won't even know you have it on sometimes, but everyone will compliment you on it. I just wanted to add that real quick.
Thanks for adding it, because when I was saying don't sleep on it, maybe you'll think it's not going to last long because of the smell, the breakdown, the notes, and now I know why.
No, you know why.
That's great information. Thank you.
Welcome.
That's a welcomed video bomb letting me know that. So let me clip this back on. And we're going to go to last but not least is, let me hold it up again, get my camera straight, sorry. All right, last but not least is Sherwood from Memo Paris. Oof, this is another relatively new fragrance, came out, I believe, end of 2022, so this is one of their newer fragrances. And you know, interestingly with Memo, which is such a classic niche French house that is so well respected, when they do a new release, they don't really talk about it. You don't see a lot of hype, they don't do a lot of publicity, they just drop it. It's kind of like a musician who just kind of drops a new song or an album and doesn't promote it beforehand. That's what they do with their fragrances. And so things kind of slowly gain momentum when they come out. But the house does so well and they have such a great reputation that they don't have to do a lot of that. So anyway, just a little interesting, you know, perfume industry information. But again, Sherwood, this one, what I really like about it, has this carrot seed blackcurrant opening that is smooth, it's creamy, it's fresh. It's almost like it's getting a little bit cool outside. Maybe you need some sweater. Maybe it's hot during the day, but at night if you go out, you put on maybe a long sleeve shirt or even a light sweater. This would be a perfect fragrance to kind of put on with that outfit. Has a creamy cashmere, sandalwood base, orange blossom. This is really, really good fragrance. And I gotta be honest with you, one that I have personally slept on since it came out. Partly because sometimes I don't even realize when they drop a new fragrance and I have to always come back and look at them and say, okay, what's new, what's new? I can tell you I'm gonna be wearing this one personally a lot more in the upcoming months as the weather is changing and as I get to know that fragrance better, because I really like what I know about it so far. All right, that's it. I'll be back soon, guys. Thank you as always. Let me know some of your favorite fragrances that you like to wear during this kind of late summer, early fall period. What are you wearing now? What's new on your radar? And put it in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back soon with another video. Peace, love, and perfume.